You're a two-time loser, Jimmy. One more felony and they throw away the keys.
My first scene with Cole Hauser was Rip's first appearance in the show, I believe. In Jimmy's trailer, Cole comes to sort of yank Jimmy out of his life by the scruff of his neck. Fuck, man! And that first day, the trick they figured out to brand me was that I held a little piece of wood with some leather stretched over it right here, and they actually superheated a branding iron, and Cole Hauser actually pressed it into that. So much of this show has been like, trust it. Trust the process, trust your collaborators. That day with me and Cole was like, let's go, man, I trust you, let's do it. You know, and it really, and he took such good care of me.
Be a man about it. Don't scream.
The show itself picks up with episode 1, you coming into the bunkhouse, but obviously your world was already existing before then.
What was it like, quiet, serene, peaceful, lovely?
Before, it was just kind of like ho-hum, whistling, laying on your cot, waiting to go to work.
I'm trying to remember the very first bunkhouse scene.
It's a shower scene.
Where Jimmy doesn't want to shower because he's got this brand he doesn't want people to see.
Next up. And you say, it's okay, I'll wait. And then it's like hot water will run out.
Cold showers in your future, Jimmy.
And then we go to get you off your bunk bed, right? And then that's when we see that you've been branded.
Lloyd comes over and sort of saves Jimmy, and it reveals that
he's branded as well.
Cold water don't bother me now.
Cold water don't bother
Boy, we're talking about a blast from the past.
Yeah.
We're going all the way deep.
As much as we're in the bunkhouse, very rarely were we ever like at the bunk.
Yeah, and we're also kind of transitory. Everyone else that goes through there.
Yeah.
You can't get too much of a home. It seems like we're locked in, but
we're always moving.
Everyone's always moving, except for Lloyd. He's got, pictures of him, from when he was a kid. This is
his bed is stapled into the wall.
Forever home. He will never leave. Personal stuff, it's almost like don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, it's almost like if you get comfortable, you know that's on your way out.
Yeah. So just, keep it tight and clean and do your work.
These guys, they just work here, Jimmy. You'll see 1,000 of them come and go, but not us. We die here. This is your family.
Season 1 was crazy. We were doing buffalo.
Herding buffalo.
Because I remember showing up to set, and then the cameramen are like in these like dinosaur cages, like roll cages, and we're like,
where's my cage? Where's my
Does
cage?
my horse get a cage? We're like, are we really like out in the middle of nowhere, like chasing buffalo?
Now, what the hell are we supposed to do with buffalo?
When you start this project with this writer, you pay close attention to the punctuation and the spelling and the exact words, and you really don't say things that aren't on the page. I think as we got more and more friendly with who we were and imagined each other's lives and characters, we could say things that were not on the page that seemed to make sense and we would get away with.
I guess you forgot that rule, right?
And then I remember there was a specific moment where the wheels came off, and that was when Jennifer Landon came into the bunkhouse.
What's your name?
Tired.
What's that? And then it took it to a whole nother level.
Hey, you look like a fucking motherfucking chicken.
I feel like a lot of it started when it was like, start doing something before the actual scene itself.
This is dangerous for you boys. I would advise staying away.
There was so much that was happening within those moments that they were listening to.
Is that your poker face, Jimmy? Because you look like you got to take a shit.
Taylor is a genius level writer, and he's also a genius level director. Some parts of the show over time tip further and further almost into documentary. Like a lot of the horse stuff, the way they shoot it, they almost think of shooting it doc style to account for the unpredictability. And one of the things about comedy is like part of what's funny is unpredictability, right? So it felt like early on he would encourage us like, hey, come on, like I want this to feel like you guys are really living here together, you're really friends.
Been here for years.
Like let's, keep it going.
Okay, so just to clarify, Colby's mom, that's a cougar?
Season 1 was wild.
Okay, I've been asked by the producers to try to recall the names of everybody who's been brought to the train station over the years.
Who was the first?
Well, you got your Fred. Fred is the introduction to the train station. He beats up Jimmy. Big mistake.
Where are we going? Train station.
Gets his ass thrown off the cliff or whatever the hell. Oh boy, there's Jamie murders the lady, the reporter.
Beck Brothers.
Beck Brothers 100% go to the train station. Rip kills a mortician in season 1.
The tweakers that stole your belt buckle?
Yes, we explode them.
Yep. We took out 20 or 30 militia members one season. Lots of, in a hail of gunfire.
Yep, that's a good
Did
one.
Danny Houston?
Well, we string him up to a tree, but then we let him back down, but then the Beck brothers kill him in season 2.
Wait.
Oh, so he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boots Sutherland.
And his son, Clint.
That snake that killed, that snake that, yeah.
Rourke.
Josh,
right.
yep.
And then Sarah.
Who's the guy? The guy that shot John Dutton. Mo brings plenty, drags him behind the horse. and
Checkers.
Checkers. Good fucking get on that name. That was
I remember that
impressive.
guy.
He came out of a fog to
I was
say
on set with
Checkers.
him one day.
I know, he was super cool.
Yeah,
He
he was
a great
very
actor.
cool.
Oh my God, Felix Long?
Oh, season 1.
Robert Long.
Yeah, Lee.
A couple of Beth's secretaries. One of them got shot, and then one of them got exploded.
Don't.
Yep, that seems right.
Maybe that's why the secretaries didn't really do anything when those things happened, because they're like, look, we've gotten the WhatsApp messages from all the other secretaries, and it
previous.
says, do not engage.
Sheriff Haskell got taken to the train station in some respect by those miscreants at the diner.
Oh, he did.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well,
24, I would say.
yeah, Jimmy's grandfather gets taken to a train station of sorts by those meth heads. We're all going to the train station in many respects. The path only goes one way, baby.
If you need any help, you just let me know. Give me a holler, man.
I will. I'll need it.
All right, brother.
It's important to remember that cowboys don't say goodbye.
They say see you later. Till we're in that fucking dirt.
In this segment, it's a true or false. We want to know what else cowboys don't say. Cowboys don't say good morrow.
True.
That's gibberish.
Cowboys don't say you hurt my feelings.
True.
True.
You gotta tell your boy to watch the bass in his voice when he speaks to me.
Cowboys don't say, what's in this sumbitch stew?
True.
False.
Uh-oh.
What's in it?
Everything, baby.
I think so. There's a vegetable that could be
Like a vegetable bisque?
kind of like little sausages.
Cowboys don't say FOMO, Riz, or bussin'.
Honestly, I don't even know what you just said.
First of all, what is Riz?
Charisma.
Rizma.
The ignorance is
What
bussin'.
you- Is bussin'. What's bussin'?
True. What's
Like
bussin'?
popping off.
Bussin' or bustin'?
Bussin'.
Who says that?
Listen, by the time this comes out, nobody is saying Riz.
This is
Nobody's
true.
saying bussin'. We're behind. So let's make up some things we think people might be saying then. I've always thought that a fun thing that would be slang for cool is to say strawberry milk. I always thought it'd be cool to be like, man, these pistachios are strawberry milk.
You ain't got sense enough to pour warm piss out of your boot.
Like, I know that's an insult. I just don't understand how.
This is also a great example of other things that cowboys don't say.
Strawberry milk?
Correct.
They don't.
They'll never say it, and they won't say it in the future either.
This is perfect because the last one is anything else that cowboys don't say.
Cowboys don't say ouch. Cowboys don't say, I have a sports hernia. You know? Duke, the stunt double, who was famously hit by a bull during the cowboy poker sequence in season 2.
And she's doing well now. She's
Yeah.
fully recovered.
It was incredible. She's impossibly tough.
That's some cowboy shit, girl.
Afterwards, she was talking about it, and she said, I looked in the cowgirl handbook to see if cowgirls are allowed to cry, and it said no.
And so she didn't. And then
So
she
she
came back to
didn't.
work the next day.
Yeah, so cowboys don't cry.